everyone. Today we have our another new episode. It's a part of COP27, and we will discuss about gender. We have our world famous speaker, Professor Dr. Asim Moza. He has very good contribution for human resource development, and as a keynote speaker, as a researcher, as a scholar, he discuss around the world. So, Dr. Musa, as you are from Egypt, we love to learn more about Africa, about your country, about genders, especially for women empowerment, glass ceiling factor. What you want to share with our audience?
Okay. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be with you today. As we know, we have a lot of meeting before talking about the COP27 that was held in Sharm el Sheikh, the city of peace. Today we are talking about gender equity, about woman empower, and it's very sensitive and a very important topic because if anyone says that I don't care about woman empower or gender equity or something like that, let me ask him, do you have mother, you have a grandmother, then you have, like sister, you have a wife, you have, son, you have a daughter and the granddaughter. So I think, woman play an vital role, in our life. So without woman, I think, the life cannot can be impossible, or something like that. So I think the latest research, tell us, that the world, I think, is not in the track to achieve the SDG goal 5. We have to do a lot of effort. I think that's, uh, little improvement, in gender equality, SDG 5, but we have to do a lot, of work, a lot of effort regarding the, gender equity goal number 5. In fact, it's about 300 years of raised ambition and accelerated action. For our planet requires a full and equal participation and leadership, of women, and girls in all their diversity. And without this, gender equality, I think there's no climate justice. So before, in finance, we're talking about climate justice for the, developing country to get like 100 billion dollar from developed country as the, compensation for what's happened, to them, and they are not the main responsible for, for the climate, bad emission or something like that. Today, we're talking about, the justice regarding to the women and girls via men because I think that action for our planet requires a full and equal participation, of women and girls, participation of women and girls, in all, conference, in all clinicals, and in finance, in the technology of the 21st century, cloud of everything technology. So without, gender equity, there's no climate justice. That's, the conclusion that we have to say. So gender equality, is a crucial missing link, to achieve, all to achieve the 17 SDG and 169 goal in 2030, in the United Nations. So let's say, some statistics, for example, in COP 27, of the, 100 head of state and the government who have gathered at COP 27, so only seven are women. So not, maybe there's improvement, but not that improvement we required for gender equality. Also, women account, for roughly 50% of the world population. So that's why we need, more participation, for women in conference, in training, in climate change action. We need, women to participate more. And more than half, of the farm worker in developing country from women. So women, affected, a lot because of climate change. What happens of climate change? Actually, women and, children. And in the opening session, of the Gender Day, let me say that it's about 6,000, register project, from this 6,000, 1,000 project, belonging to women or submitted by women. And that, 3 hour, 3 out of 18 warning projects have also been submitted by women. So we need, more, register project for women, more winning project for women. That's, our aim, in COP 28, COP 29, and the next, conference of parts. So also, for example, the empowerment, the African woman and domestic community initiative was launched, in COP27 during the Voice of Women, Lena, and Climate Debate, Policies, Implementation, and Transition. Also, another day, in the conference, Egypt launched the African Woman Climate Adaptive Priority. That's some initiative. That's also something good, uh, belong to, what's happened good, in COP27. So, United Nations Climate Change High Level Chamber for Egypt said that, the women fall victims to poverty, hungry, lack of funding, and the lack of education. So we have to to spot more to women in education, in funding, in hunger, in poverty. I have a chance, to attend a lot of international as a keynote speaker, in all countries in Asia, America, Europe, you know, Asia and China and Russia. I talk about, the importance of cloud everything that include 5G, IoT, cloud computing, blockchain, and this new technology. I advise, that women participate, in this new technology to have, a good chance in the green project. Uh, for example, let's say that, two-thirds of the world women lack education, and 63% of the world are women. So we have, to increase the education, like STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and the medicine after COVID-19 for, for all, especially for women. And also we need to reduce poverty, in women. This also will be a target, for us. So let me say that, uh, about also an estimated 0.01 percentage of global official development assistance addresses both climate change and human rights. So we need, more percentage, better than that. So also, during my research, I found that if a woman had equal opportunity to entrepreneurs, so global GDP could rise, by $5 trillion. So this is, yeah, something good, for the economy. If we, care about women, concentrate about women, development women in technology and entrepreneurship, something like that, the GDP will increase, by $5 trillion. $5 trillion, I think, is, much money we needed, in this, economy. So also, let me say that for women and the children, about 80%, of the disaster, women, face something like that, and poor women in rural area are for 14 times more likely to die during a natural disaster. So women and the children, face, a lot of problems regarding, lost life or something like that, and climate change, sequence. That's why we have to, not women and the children, only get the disadvantage. We need, women, and the children get the advantage, and get something good, share something good in finance. If we, there's money or something like that, we do something for women, we do something, for the children, and also, let him, participate in parliament, like in Egypt, in parliament as a minister or something like that. So I think a woman can defend, woman right better than man. So that's why we care about, woman participate in parliament or minister, or United Nations or climate change, conference. Also, in COVID-19 pandemic, woman did an addition, like 512 billion hours of unpaid care work. So women, uh, are very great that, help society, help all the world in COVID crisis. Also, million left the labor market and haven't yet returned because of what's happened in COVID-19. what's happened of in climate change crisis. That's why women affect a lot of because of climate change. So we have to to compensate or do something good for women. For for gender must be progress regarding this. Uh, to care about women to do something good, for our. So climate finance, for mitigation, adaptation, loss and damage, needs to be, gender transformative and reach woman and woman-led and woman right organization involved in climate change. So we also know that women, for example, the climate impact, in gender equality, women and girls face, obstacle, a lot of obstacles, a lot of danger due to climate adaptation, climate disproportion, economic, that economy increased unpaid care and domestic work. So plus what's faced in COVID-19. So we see that women face a lot in COVID-19. Help their children, help husband in case lose job or lose percentage of salary or something like that. So women uh, are responsible for for home, for the society and COVID-19. So we know that women, are crucial, to fight against the, climate change, to shift, from women and the girls, like I don't want to say that women and girls are, victims, in COVID-19 and climate change. We need women and girls, to participate as a leader, in all, climate action, because women is face a lot, and climate change and COVID-19, a lot of crisis. Women, help, a lot. As for example, farmers, producer, workers, consumer, manager, women, are important, agent of a change in implementing the low carbon climate, resilience development pathway emerging, so suggest that women, represent in national parliament or minister, to lead country to adopt more, climate change strategy, policies, and a lot, of taxes can use women, for that. And also, what's happened, at the 66th session, in March 22, member states recognized women and the girls' full and equal participation, decision making, and the leadership as a key to effective climate action. This is what's happened in CSW 66, the session of the Commission on the Status of Women. So we have, to confirm about what's said in CSW 66 to be women as a decision making and leadership. In light of UN, women, calls on all parties to scale up implementing commitment and something like that. So the elimination of poverty and all inequality about economic growth, will help, a lot. Thank you so much. My pleasure to be with you today, Dr. Sharif, to talk about gender equity.
Thank you. As you are from Africa, one specific things we love to learn, like uh, what is the economical situation of women in Africa, in your countries, what's going on, how actually government develop policy for women entrepreneurs, or how they're contributing for their economical development.
I think that's a good question. I think Egypt, doing a good of great work regarding women in the last years. First, try to move women, from like victim, as I said before, victim in time to change or COVID 19, as I said, to be a leader, to be a decision, maker. You can see, a lot of women, as a position in minister, in Egypt. Also, you can see it in the parliament. A lot of women, the leader, a lot in civil organization or something like that. So I think now there's better, movement to the gender equality. And I hope that 2030 or before 2030, women, have, the same, opportunity like men. So let me say, if you want to compare, between someone and else, between one and a woman, you have to, to give him the same opportunity regarding, education, regarding finance, in everything. Then you can judge if who is better, this one or this one. So I hope that all, have the same opportunity, men and women, and then we can, pick the best, for as a leader, as a decision maker, as a minister, or something like that.
Another things, when we are discussing about gender inequality, we know that uh, different country has different challenges. Yes, in COP27 we may collaborate with developed world. So what do you think? How local government can help more women in emerging economy, how they can empower more women, and what type of new innovative and initiative they can take.
For me, I think the best way, to educate women, to let women, know about the new technology. I'll talk about a lot of about the new technology of the 21st century, cloud of everything, include 5G, 6G, cloud computing, blockchain, digital twin, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and this is the future. If women, can, be perfect in this new technology, like for coding or something like that, she will find, a better job, a better, better position, in the society. Also, better education. We have to, to concentrate about STEM, like science, technology, engineering, and for me, I add more medicine, because what's happened, in COVID-19, we have to concentrate it. So if a woman, got, a chance, better chance in education, because some family, they know, if they spend money, for education. Some, not all, prefer, like, spend, money for educating the, man. Uh, this is something good. So we have to concentrate, to educate men and women as the same, to let him know about science, technology, engineering, math, and medicine. Let him know about the new technology, cloud of everything, about, how to use the nuclear, for climate change as a technology, for be something like that. So it started, like from home, and then it started, from the society, and then, from the government. Then we can, if we develop, for example, in entrepreneurship, as I say that, if you like, concentrate on something that you can add like $1 trillion, for the economy, for the GDP. So there's something good. As I told you before, if you invest, like 10 to 20% in the new technology, cloud of everything, the GDP will increase by 1 or 2%. That's something good. If you invest also in women, it will, and to let women, work in entrepreneurs, the GDP will increase by a lot of trillions.
Thank you. You are talking about women educations, how we can improve quality of education, especially if we want to focus on STM education.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your question. I really attend a lot of the, conference in education in UNESCO, and I got a lot of awards, from USA regarding education. I think education, is the most important thing. If, like, you don't care about, education, you look at ignorant or something like that. What happened to the ignorant people? So the most important now for education is to concentrate about new methods, of education, because of, for example, artificial intelligence help a lot now, for education. If you use like technology, like tactile internet, it means that you are, for example, someone in Egypt teach someone in Africa, or someone in US, they teach, in Egypt. It's like zero distance, because of the, the power of 5G and 6G and artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. So now they know we can let they know the good instructor, our new instructor can teach from like USA, from Russia, from China, can teach a student in Africa and an Arab country or something like that because the power of the new technology, zero distance. So this will help a lot. Also, you know, we have to concentrate about the language. For example, give student like English, they know French, Chinese, a lot of language can teach the student. All they know the new technology because I think there's a gap now between student studied in a faculty or in a school and then go to work because and this is most like tech company or uh, complains that we got people graduated from the university is not qualified to work because of the the new technology that we find in Internet of Things, 5G, artificial intelligence, 6G, and still does not study this material, theoretical or practical in university. So we have to make improvement in education and stuff, not only for the student but also for the teacher to upgrade what's happened before because of the most technology digital transition in all the world, cloud of everything technology.
Thank you. As you discuss about technology playing a major role, my concern is that do you believe that when AI integrated with these industries and Industry 4.0, tomorrow we have a very important dialogue about Industry 5.0, women lose job and they economically face more challenges? What do you think?
This, let me say that this not the first time, we got, like industrial revolution. We have first, second, third, and fourth industrial revolution. What's happened in the internet? Like, for example, before you can send, telex or CETA, now you can send email. It's, it's like transformation, you have to transform, people who work to do something training to do something new. For example, for the fourth industrial revolution, artificial intelligence are good in things like routine or something like that, or and also not in good like innovation, like emotion. So we have to teach our kids, we have to teach our sons that you have to concentrate, to innovate, to do something before for example, Google. If you ask Google any question, you can get everything information you want. But we need now from people who are going to work to innovate or do something good, because we are the one who make the robotic or artificial intelligence, not the robotic or artificial intelligence who makes the man. So that's why we need, to use this artificial intelligence or robotic to help, to help people, not to replace people. You know, that's why we have, we change, because of the change happened in technology, our revolution of the technology.
Thank you. Beside that, entrepreneurial initiative, do you believe that our venture capital government invest properly for women entrepreneurship initiative, or what do you think?
I think we all know, in the right direction because we know, all know the importance of women. If we let women, participate in entrepreneurship or something like that, for example, the GDP will increase because women like half of the society. The we cannot, isolate half of the society. If we isolate half the society, we are the loser. That's why, you know, also, for example, climate change, women, do a big role in the climate change, also in COVID-19, women, was great in COVID-19. So women, for example, can do many tasks in one time. Man can do only one task, concentrate on one task and do it, but women can do many tasks in one. For example, if you calculate, how much woman works, because she works at home, she works outside, she helps children, she educates children, she do a lot of tasks, and this type, cost a lot, So that's why I think all the government, all the developing country, and before developed country know the importance, for gender equality for that. Because if you, like isolate half of the woman, half of the world, you are the loser. And we are now, and I said before that we have to concentrate on peace. Why? Because with peace we can cooperate all and do something good. We are going to build, not we are going to destroy. Also, for men and women to put hands together, we can do something good, for the society, for the world. We can face all the challenge that we have in our crisis, and we can hand over the world in a good state for the new generation, not in COVID-19, not in climate change, problem, not in a war, not in a bad economy. That's why we have to all put our hands together, men and women, all countries. We have to to face what's happening in conflict, inside the country, and the conflict between one country and another. Because we are not in we are in a time now. We have to to save ourselves, to save our planet, because of a lot of crises happened to us, because of economy, because of COVID-19, because of climate change, because of war. That's why we have to to concentrate about women, like concentrate about men.
Excellent. Another thing I love to learn more about women leadership. What's going on inside Africa, especially when we think that a woman can be a CEO, or a woman can be a good politician, or a woman can be a good entrepreneur. What is the outcome? What is happening?
I think what's happened is it's a good, whenever like 1 month before I got an award, and as a CIO, Egypt edition, like award CIO for me. So I found woman also got the same CIO award from my company, that got the same award. Also, I see minister, a woman minister got award. I see in a parliament. I see a woman, in a lot of, awards, for a lot of conference, a lot, in a good, not only, a woman be like a minister or be like a parliament or something like that, but I see woman succeeded, and, uh, in the positions that, you put here.
Thank you. Beside that, research and innovation, how women contributing? What's going on?
Research innovation,
Yes.
research innovation. Also I got a chance, to get award, in research, and I got, I attend a lot of, research award ceremony. I saw a lot of women, from India, from USA, from Egypt, from all countries. So I see, uh, I don't feel that, most, like for men, and I didn't see, but I see a lot of women, and increasing from, from one ceremony to another ceremony. So I think the world, in a right direction for gender equality, but so we need to accelerate, because oh, we look for 2030 for to achieve the 17 SDG, and go the goal number 5, gender equality. That's why, we are moving forward, but we need to accelerate what we are moving.
Okay, excellent. We'll have to learn more about your contributions in academy and in industry. So we'll have to learn more about your story.
Yeah, my story, started at 2013. There's the, aviation conference in Egypt for planning for the next 10 years to improve, to innovate in in aviation. Uh, so uh, I present two paper. First one about cloud computing, and second one about ubiquitous computing, or like IoT, Internet of Things, something like that. So I'm not sure if they are accept, my papers, because a lot, of participate from all, companies, something like that. So I try to, to send these two paper, to publish something like that. This is the first time, I try. Just I wanted to know if this paper are, good or not, or bad or something like that, because I didn't get a reply that confirm that I am going to attend the aviation conference to talk about the two paper. So, I surprised because, I got a lot of, extra feedback, from journal, because for me, I send, to many journal to know about accept or not, but you have to publish in only one journal. So I got a lot of, extra feedback. After that, I also working, in my company Egypt there, and also I concentrate only about practical, work or something like that. After this, conference, and I published the two paper. I got a lot, of chance to go to like USA, to India, as a guest owner, to present, about these two paper, to make oral presentation. Also, China, Russia, Europe or something like that. After that, I started to add, more published paper about, like the technology of the 21st century, cloud of everything technology, Internet of Things, blockchain, uh, cloud computing, how the benefit of this new technology in all sectors, especially in aviation, because my work, in aviation, how uh, beyond the COVID-19. For example, COVID-19, make a lot of disadvantage in aviation and all sector. So we have to compensate, what we lost because of COVID-19. So I see the only solution to compensate what we lost is using this new technology, cloud of everything. So I had a lot of published paper, and I see a lot, of people access this, published paper, ask me to be, like guest owner, to be like, speaker, in a most important conference. Also, I got a lot of, of award in education, in research. I got a lot of position, like African person in a different, also ambassador of peace. A lot of, which I got, and I got this position because this new technology help humanity as a whole to, because help, to treatment in poverty, in diseases, in violence, in poor leadership, in achieving the 17 SDG, and helping in handicap and old people. This is my story.
Thank you. Beside that, why you choose this research and innovation industry? And I saw that you contribute a lot of conference, lot of academic activities, lot of summit. How you manage your time? Why you do that? Or what the message you want to share
Yeah,
with yeah.
yeah. Thank you for this beautiful question. The message I share, I would like to use the gap, between Arab, African cultures and all the world. Because what's happened, in the first, second, third revolution, the gap, increased between African and Arab countries and also all. And I feel, and because what I read and study in this new technology will, increase the gap more and more and more between Arab, Africa, developing country and the developed country, because this new technology need a budget or finance, to implement, need, a lot of a lot of people who care about, the technology, who can do something good, for, for cancer. That's why, I consider about awareness and also all this new technology, in many conditions. If I can use it, it will be good for the world. The first one, we have to use this technology for peace, not for. For example, drones. You have to use it in peace, not for war. The second question, we have universal adoption of this new technology in all the world, not only, in Asia, America, Europe, but also in Arab and African countries. Also, we have to adopt this new technology for man and woman, for children, for all people in the society. That's why uh, I need to know, for awareness for all people about the importance of this new technology that will help, in preventing diseases, violence, for leadership, and achieving the 17 SDG in helping handicap and helping all the people, also for increasing the GDP. That's why I hope that we can adopt this new technology and also world for better world.
Excellent. What do you think? What is your advice for women entrepreneur?
I think, for women, you have to follow the new trend or the new technology for because if you are you do not follow it, you can succeed, you can lead, you can fail. It depends on when you are going to follow the new trend of technology. For example, in COVID-19, uh, people, for example, who worked in tourism and aviation can do something replacement because of what happens in COVID-19. So that's why you have to be flexible. You have to be strong. You have to be have a passion. You have to know all the skills for the entrepreneurship, like the technology, know about leadership, all the skills you have to know about these, entrepreneurship skills.
Excellent. Do you teach any universities, or we love to learn more about the African education systems and the process and yeah.
Really, I get a lot, of people ask me from university, a lot of, and like for 1 hour, something like that. So, because of COVID-19, so, web or something like that, I teach, people about this new technology. What is ubiquitous computing? What's cloud computing? What is the difference between, cloud computing and on-premises, computing? What is the benefit of cloud computing? How can we use this new technology to get benefit? Because what's happened on COVID-19, we lost a lot, of money and the economy, and we can use this. For example, if you like save percentage because of use of this new technology, it will save like $1 billion or something like that in all sectors. So a lot of benefit talk about this, about blockchain, about artificial intelligence. So for 1 hour, I said, lecture to some university. A lot of people ask me also, not in university, but also for for airports, conference, for aviation conference, because this new technology helped in work, and also helped in education university. So it will help the society, help also world. So I think all people in all the world, if you are a student, if you are like employee, if you are in a society, or if you are a man, all people have to know about this new technology, because it's the biggest transition in technology in all the world, and I think it will stay with us for the next 10 or 20 years, this new technology. That's why you have to know all the tools that got this new technology.
Okay, excellent. Uh, as we are discussing about genders and other things, what do you think? Like, we are doing enough research on women empowerment, developing better policy for them, taking care of their economical improvement, or what is your advice and how we can improve that area, especially for emerging economy? Women education, women healthcare, and women economical sustainability.
I think we have to go, in parallel, in all, because we are not, in a good position regarding to economy. We are not in a good position regarding to what's happened in war between, like Russia, Ukraine, between, Israel and Palestine, and inside countries there's a conflict or revolution, something like that. So I think because we lose a lot because of wars, we lose a lot in like in the economy, maybe or something like that because of COVID-19, because of climate change. That's why we have to do a lot of effort and a lot of research a lot of development, a lot of innovation, a lot of out of box idea to overcome the damage and loss that we got from all the crises that we have.
Excellent. Besides that, how do you think? Because we are also working with women empowerment. We are supporting many projects for women, like women empowerment, women entrepreneurial projects, better policy developments. Pacific Rim Business Council also working with us for this Asia activities or something. So, how do you think? How we can improve better ecosystem for women? How women should contribute in this modern techno progressive world.
Yeah, I think my advice was that there's a lot of expert people from men or women specialized in this woman empower and gender equality or something like that. People who who inspire girls, inspire women to be in a better place, in a better position, in a better in education, in a better. So that's why we have first to inspire girls and women to to motivate girls and women using this expert those leaders by lecture by face to face meeting or something like that. So we have like first step to let they know that woman is like a man, and the woman if maybe you got a chance like a man in education, in a meeting, in a training or something like that, maybe become better than men. That's why you need the expert in woman empowered in motivation or something like that. This is the first step. Second step, you have to to make like advancement or improvement in education material, in training. Let all women participate in United States United Nation meeting. And all meeting in climate change and COVID-19 and in motivation something like that, and then continue to work. Let them also know about the new technologies of 27th century, because if women and girls have a better education, have better training, have improvement in percent or something like that, you will find a better outcome from them.
Thank you. What's your concluding remarks for today's sessions and how we can improve a better society for women?
I think the first we are talking about climate justice. So we are talking about justice before about the developing country got like 100 billion from developed country as a compensation for what's happened, because they are not the responsible from this climate change problem and face a lot like in Pakistan something like that. For the same for women. Women face a lot because of COVID-19, because of climate change. That's why we need women, not to be a victim and not to be got all the disadvantage. We need women as we got advantage, got advantage and more, because they face a lot. That's why we have to let women participate in all conference regarding climate change, regarding 17 SDG 27 meeting for the United Nations, for all the world. Let the women got a better chance in education, a better chance in training, a better that's a chance in know the technology of the 21st century. Then she will get a good chance for employment and a good chance to be a parliament staff or minister or something like that. That's the main point to have to support more or take a look about woman because woman is 50% of all the world. So we cannot isolate woman. If we isolate woman, we are the loser. As a world, we are all the losers. That's why we have to concentrate for women as we concentrate on men.
The final thing is that what three words, positive word, you want to share for our audience?
As I said, the first thing and the most important thing, we have to live in a peace inside, interior peace and the exterior peace. You have to live in a peace from inside you, to do something good, to be in a good relation with Allah or God or something like that, to be in a good relation with your family, with your, father, mother, sister, wife, all the society. And the thing is, we need, to end all the conflict, in the society, inside the country, between different parties, between country and another country, because we are in the stage that we need to build, not we need to destroy. We need to do something good, for the world, because, you know, I think this is the last chance, for our generation to do something good for the future generation, to hand over the planet that we have only one planet to live it, to have in a peace, in a good economy, not in a bad in economy, and and without viruses, not in COVID-19 and a lot virus, without climate change crisis, not a lot of climate change crisis. That's why we need cooperation. We need to live in peace. We need to fight against racism, regarding color, regarding religion, regarding country, origin of country, or something like that. We have all to fight racism, to fight injustice. That's why we have all to think as a one to be in a good position, a good place. That's why we need a better future for all of us.
Thank you, Dr. Musa, for your continuous support for World Talent Economy Forum. This is an excellent session, and we know you are a very good scholars, and you contribute a lot for the global community. How you contributing for today's session? It will be very, very helpful for our women entrepreneur. In Asia Pacific, we are working with many women entrepreneurs. Even in Africa, with Rwanda, we helped 600 women entrepreneurs. So hopefully your contribution will be helpful for our women, and COP27's and this kind of activities will be more applicable through our dialogue, through our projects. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your support.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It's my pleasure to be with you again. And also, I repeat again that I am proud that COP27 held in Egypt and COP28 will be held in March. So I hope that for Arab and African and also world better future. Thank you so much, and hope that for gender equality and woman empowerment. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be with you, Dr. Sharif. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye
Thank
and
you.
take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.